Yo, 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 welcome
Yo,
back to the J&E Comic Cast. I am joined
episode
today
28.
with E, 28 episodes, straight consistency. We have another social distancing episode for you guys, um, but we're always trying to bring you guys content. I finally have watched Spider-Man No Way Home. Egg has
Round of
seen it
applause for
already.
my boy Jake.
Let's go, let's go. So, real quick before you continue on to this episode, if you haven't seen Spider Man No Way Home, we are going to be talking a lot about it. A lot of Easter eggs, a lot of things that happen, a lot of things what's going to lead up to. So, if that's something you don't want to hear about yet, skip ahead to the video. I'll have a timestamp in the description where we stop talking about Spider Man No Way Home. So, skip ahead in the video. I would recommend it if you don't want any spoilers. This is your final spoiler warning. So skip ahead.
Final, last one. That we're not giving anymore.
Real quick, Egg, how you been? What's up? What's new? You chilling,
I've
chilling?
been doing pretty good, man. I'm in for those who don't know, I'm on a little vacation. I'm out of town, and I'll be back next week. So so that's why we're doing social distance episode. Not because we can't, not because we don't want to be together, but me and Josiah physically cannot be in the same place right now. So
We really can. We haven't what? We haven't seen each other in what, like over 3 weeks?
has it been that long?
You've been. We did 3 episodes over Zoom.
No, we did two over Zoom.
Two over. No, we did three. We
The,
did one with Cho.
no,
Technically, we did,
the first
but we
one
were
chose you.
together. Yeah, the one
Yeah,
with
that one.
Cho, we
So
were
it's been two
together.
weeks.
So it's been 2 weeks we haven't seen each other. But I'll
That's
probably
pretty
be.
crazy.
Yeah, we'll probably be doing another social distance next week. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. Spoiler alert for that too, right?
Yeah, spoiler alert for that. We might have a
Spoiler
social
alert.
distancing episode there, but we'll definitely keep you guys posted on our episodes. But let's get into this episode. Spoiler warning ahead. Spider-Man: No Way Home. You're before we talk about the movie itself. What do you have to give the rating of it? What's your rating? What's your feeling about it?
Man, you're like putting me on the spot, my boy.
I
Um,
I already can tell you mine.
Honestly, bro, it's really hard not to give it a 10, man. It's really hard not to give it a 10. Like when you and I want to watch it again to see if I could find, which is crazy. I'm watching a movie again to see if I could find anything wrong. That alone should tell you what I think about the movie.
Yeah.
But on my first watch through, like there's nothing that I felt like was wrong with the movie at all. I can't say I felt like it was too long. I can't say they missed, they didn't know what it was too many characters. There's nothing that I can say that was wrong about the movie. I think the movie was as perfect a Spider-Man movie as we can get. I
Gotcha.
was
Gotcha.
really, really happy with what they did, so I got to give it a 10. What about you?
It is right now my favorite Marvel movie. Hands down, my favorite Marvel movie. 10 out of 10. I had
I told you,
I
didn't I?
had I had one issue with it, and the issue is just because I wanted to see this happen, but they didn't have to do it. Like, I think it was cool the way they did it. Um and that issue is, again, spoiler warning, is at the ending scene where Tom Holland was fighting Green Goblin. Bro, I wanted Andrew, and when he was going to kill Green Goblin, I wanted Andrew and Toby to web the board from him, pull it away from him, and Tom Holland just turns around and just starts fighting all three of them, bro. That would have been like all three of
Man,
them are
I want
just fighting,
them
shooting
fighting.
webs at each other. Like,
No, man, I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to
Doc
see
Ock
that.
comes in, tries to grab Tom Holland to calm him down. Yeah, Tom Holland is just going in like an animal. Like, get
I didn't
off
want to see
me.
that, man. I feel like the way they handled that was perfectly because I was thinking
Yeah,
about it. I was like, throughout the movie, right? We got Andrew Garfield's redemption moment when he saved MJ, right? Which I think to me was like one of the most impactful scenes of the whole movie, right?
it's an iconic scene.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, honestly, yeah. And I feel like so. All right, so I do have one minor gripe with the movie, one minor thing, as I felt like obviously it's Tom Holland's movie, so Tom Holland's Spider-Man movie, so the focus is gonna be on him. Andrew Garfield had his big moment, but we didn't really. I mean, but I feel like we didn't get a lot enough of Toby. But in the same thing, you can in the same like vein, you can say that we did because in as far as like Toby Maguire's redemption moment, or like his character arc was, if you remember at the beginning when he first met Peter, when he first met Tom Holland's Peter, he said, "Listen, once when my Uncle Ben died, I went after the guy that killed him, and I pretty much took him out, and I had to live with that. You know what I mean? I had to live with that, and
Yeah.
it didn't do anything to cure my anger." So I think that like just like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man got his redemption moment by saving MJ, I think that Toby was trying to save Tom Holland from having to repeat the mistakes that he made, which is why he stopped
Yeah.
the glider. But then, of course, Goblin had to stab him in the back, which I was like, Goblin,
It
why?
was like
This
you.
man just saved you.
You're a jerk.
Yeah, he was
uh,
crazy as a Green Goblin, wasn't he?
oh,
Though,
he was
like he was
so
insane.
fire, bro. It was I didn't expect him to be like to turn. Like I didn't expect that at all. Like when he was just
That
his
was a really cool
laugh.
scene too. You know what I mean? When Peter had the spider sense buzzing in the back of his head, and he's trying to fill out who it was, and he just webs him. You know what I mean in his hand. That
That's
was dope,
so
man. I like
sick,
that too.
bro. I what I loved about the movie as well, we saw Toby being the founding father in the movie. Like he was the first Spider-Man. Like big up Toby. Like I am a fan of Toby. I'm a fan of Andrew Garfield even more now too. And I love
Oh,
the part where Tom Holland is still my favorite. Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man, hands down.
he's not mine. Yeah.
But but seeing Toby being the older Spider-Man, ruggedy look, like his back issues, like it's so awesome, like how well they put together the movie. And my favorite thing is from going from Tobey Maguire's first movie, a 20 years old movie, to connecting to now to that movie now. Marvel killed it. Like the connection between all movies, how they planned out, how it, uh, everything was awesome. And Andrew, his redemption. I know a lot of fans are wanting another Amazing Spider-Man 3 and wanting another
The
Spider-Man
rumors are
4.
that we might get an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I would love to see. I think Andrew, because we saw at the ending clips, Tom Hardy, Venom went back to his universe. I would love Andrew to be the Spider-Man for that universe, and then like fighting that Venom or helping that Venom or however they want to plan out that story.
Fighting Morbius, that would be pretty cool.
Fighting
And
Morbius.
honestly, and now that you mentioned the whole Venom thing, you remember at the end of Venom 2, we have the remember the cop got a symbiote. So
Hmm.
he's potentially gonna turn into, I think his name is Poison or Riot, something like that. And so they might have to team up because in the comics, that symbiote that the cop gets is like the thousandth symbiote, so he's like incredibly strong. So
Yeah,
maybe we get a Andrew Garfield and Tom Hardy team up against the crazy strong symbiote
yeah,
for Venom 3, which would be
yeah. I
insane.
think he should be the Spider-Man for that universe. I think he's done his. They did the
I think so
multiverse.
too.
They did the Spider-Man. Um, ooh, excuse me. But Spider-Man, No Way Home, um, the ending clips we got a Doctor Strange trailer, and then we got the Venom, a little piece of symbiote left behind. We're gonna definitely get Tom Holland Spider-Man versus Venom or Black Suit Spider-Man. We're definitely gonna get that. I think we're definitely getting Daredevil. We saw Daredevil in the movie as the lawyer. That literally, that to me, when I saw that, like I thought it was all jokes. Would it? Like, because people were posting that way before the movie even came out. Like a little
Yeah,
picture of it, and I thought it was just a Photoshop, like a well done Photoshop. Like, but when I saw him, I couldn't stay out of my chair, bro. Like, I'm so glad I didn't have a recliner chair when I went to the theaters because I would have just kept going down and up, down and up, down and up, because I couldn't stay out of my chair. And then when he caught the brick, I'm just a really good lawyer. Like,
I can do
bro,
that. Yeah, I'm a good lawyer. Yeah, that was a dope scene too, man. That was real
we're
cool,
we're
real
getting a
smooth.
Spider-Man and Daredevil team up. Imagine a Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Deadpool team up as one of the movies.
That would be insane.
That'd be awesome. Because I know they're making a Deadpool 3. I think I heard something about that.
Hmm. I
But
think so too.
I would love Daredevil to come back into the MCU universe. Like that would be sick.
Well, he is
He did,
back, right? So
yeah,
it'd be
he is
pretty cool
back.
just to see him do more stuff. So
Yeah. Then we got What else did we get? Doctor. I love the Otto Octavius. How he went from the when the arms were controlling him to being trying to be a hero and fix everything. Because it showed that he was never intentionally a bad person. Intentionally, the arms were controlling him. Like, and once Tom Holland and I'm surprised what's his name helped fix them when he turned. But when they fixed them and everything, like it was awesome to see him back to his normal self. And I think that was awesome. Like Toby and um Doc Ock's reconnection on that. Like when he saw him and saw him helping, he was like, "It's good to have you
That's true,
back,
man.
Doc." Like,
Yeah, he was having a conversation with him. He's like, "Oh, how you doing? I've been holding up pretty all right. I like that. I like
yeah,
that scene too that they were talking like that." And I thought it was pretty cool that's how we get that's how we get Spider-Man's integrated suit. You know what I mean? Once because I remember in the bridge scene, he took the nanotech, he took the nanobots from Peter
yeah,
Parker and
yeah,
used it to enhance his arms. And then
yeah,
once he became back good, he went and he gave him back those nanobots, and that's how we got the upgraded spider suit. I thought was I think one of my
yeah.
favorite suits. I still think my favorite suit is the Iron Spider suit. But you know what else suit was pretty fire? That suit that he wore at the end and to finish off the movie, man. The
Bro,
classic
but
blue and red.
and he made it himself. He made it himself. Like, cause again, the 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 spell that Doctor Strange casted was to everyone forget Peter Parker pretty much ever existed.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's Spider Man and ever existed. Cause he saw he had to go to get his GED, so he never did Midtown High. Um, Happy didn't know who he is, so he never met Iron Man and got his suits. Because remember, Iron Man gave most of his suits, and he
Well, I
built.
think he probably still had the suit because I mean he was still wearing the nano suit at the end of the movie. I just think that the way I mean I like to think about it in my head is I think that he like meeting the other Spider-Man kind of influenced him in that way, you know what I mean? To kind of like stand on his own 2 feet in a sense. And that
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what helped him make the suit. But if you notice, and I think I saw a clip of it online, his eyes still moved. So the new suit I think maybe has a little bit of tech, but not too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think he does. I think everything that's does it not change everything that happened before. So like, since he never met, technically Tony never knows he's Spider Man. Does he not get the suit? Because Tony would have never made the suit to begin with. Does it change the past,
Oh,
or it
I don't think
just
it changes
completely
past. I think they
forgets?
just forget. Yeah, because you remember, I think JJ was still coming after him for the whole I think for what happened at that building, you know what I mean? And for certain things he just didn't know who's Spider-Man's identity was. So I think
Gotcha,
that everything happened. I just don't think that they could put the two and two together.
gotcha. So my
Excuse me.
honest opinion is I don't think we're gonna get a return of MJ slash Zendaya, and I don't think we're gonna get a return of Ned as Jacob as
You know,
Ned.
I think we will, man. I think at some point I think that we'll get I don't know about Ned, but I do think we get a return of MJ. I thought it was interesting that right at the end, as Peter was leaving, as he left, she kind of had a moment where she's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, like either that situation might have been was weird, which it could be that, or she could have been like, like maybe there's something about this I recognize. So I could see, obviously, we have Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness coming out in May. I could see that maybe the whole situation causes some kind of issues, could cause some kind of issue with the spells. And maybe she remembers that he's Spider-Man, and maybe certain people remember that he's Spider-Man, depending on maybe their emotional connection to him. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I think that if even if she doesn't remember him like that, because something with the spell, I think that naturally they'll come to get to know they'll know each other, and then maybe she'll find out after the fact. He'll tell her, and the only reason why I think that too is that I remember in the ending scene of Spider-Man, um, there was a shot where it kind of showed like this table with the suit, and on the table he had the coffee cup from the same place that she worked at. So now it's taking place over the winter. They're going to school in the summer, so they have 6 months in a way to get to know each other. And if he's going there constantly to talk to them, then maybe he builds up a friendship that way. But he kind of but you get to kind of keep her at a distance so that she's not in harm's way. You know what I
I,
mean?
I can see that. I can see that. Um, what did you think about Ned opening up portals, bro?
That would be
Like,
pretty. You know what's insane, man? It would be pretty crazy to see him in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. If you remember, the bad guy, I don't know if he's, I guess the at the end of the original Doctor Strange, the one sorcerer was with him, Mordo. Remember, he was walking around and absorbing people's magic from them. So maybe he could detect that Ned has magic, and maybe he goes after Ned too. I don't
and
know.
Doctor
That'd
Strange
be pretty
comes
interesting.
in to help him.
Yeah, and maybe that's the way that they kind of tie the two franchises together. I
My
think that'd be
thing,
pretty cool.
my thing is too, like, me thinking about it when he was saying like, oh, my grandma was saying like, oh, we have magic in our family, and then
Hmm.
when he did that, what happens if he's related to Wong?
That would be pretty insane as well.
Maybe
You know,
like he has
mentioning
a
one, man.
Sorcerer
Yeah,
Supreme.
yeah, I was gonna say that. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wong
yeah.
is a sorcerer supreme, man. All the respect to Wong, man. You know what I mean?
But I like how
Wong's
they,
doing his thing.
yeah, I like how they did that though. Like it makes sense. Like he did blimp for 5 years. Wong did not. Like they had to make him Sorcerer Supreme because of that. Like it wasn't like, oh, Doctor Strange is gonna be Sorcerer Supreme even though he's back. Like they followed it so well. Everything was so well put together, and like throughout what everything that happened in the past to now.
I'm sorry, my
Oh well, we lost Egg. Um,
on the charger, my phone on the charger. Hope that's okay.
yeah, we lost Egg
Did it
for a
flip
little
for
bit.
you
Yeah,
sideways?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
back.
Yeah, you're back. You good?
Okay,
Everything good?
sorry about that.
No, you good.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but like what we were saying before, like I love like that story. Like they didn't just like Doctor Strange is the main focus of magic. Just give it back to him. No, they followed the story. Like Wong got it. Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme. I would love to see Wong in future things too, as well. Like we saw him a little bit in Shang-Chi fighting Abomination. We saw,
which that was cool. You know what I mean? And that kind of makes you wonder, man, like what kind of Sorcerer Supreme Wong is, because I don't remember Doctor Strange taking uh exhibition fights. You know what I mean?
yeah, like, and I love the fact when they were talking about this fella, like he was like, "Oh, you remember that blah 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 party?"
Yeah,
And he was like, "No." And he's like, "Exactly."
exactly. Yeah, that
So
was
the
funny,
spell
man.
works.
The
Like
movie
the
was funny, man. The movie was funny
the
too.
movie worked. It was just so smooth. And then when Spider Man and Doctor Strange started fighting and everything, and how he just saw like, okay, this is geometry. I can do this, and then he swept him up and left him there for 12 hours hanging. Bro, Doctor Strange was so amazing in that movie as well. He was just like a grumpy old man. Like
Yeah,
you could just call me sir now. No more Steven.
yeah. No more Steven. Yeah, and you kind of told that at the end. He kind of felt bad. You know what I mean, for everything. And he just kind of said, like, "See you around, kid." You know what I mean? You kind of saw
maybe
like he wanted to.
maybe that was a hint. Maybe he did help him out. Maybe he tampered with the spell again to help him out because maybe he felt like
Um,
you disappeared. Um,
I don't know why. Can you hear me still?
yeah, we can hear you, but your camera's gone. Um,
All right. Well, I don't know why that's doing that. It's a weird thing
it's
going
all
on.
good. It's all good. Um, maybe he tampered with the spell to help him because he felt bad. Like this man saved the world, helped us save the world multiple times. This man lost his aunt. He lost Tony. He got betrayed by someone he thought that was good. Like he went through so much. Like maybe Doctor Strange was like, you know what? He deserves at least one free pass, and maybe that's how he like continues. Like maybe he did make people forget, but also left like if they have care for him, they can like sense something's off about him.
Yeah,
If
that
that
would be
makes
really
sense.
cool. You know what I
Like
mean?
like
That
you
would be
said with
really
MJ,
cool.
maybe
And
MJ did sense something like, did I met this guy before? Like We saw Happy. Happy was Happy knew like he still had that connection with
May.
May through Spider-Man. So like there's still things there that we don't know.
No, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. Um, what was I gonna tell you? You know what I thought was pretty cool about the movie too is that I think that like and when we first got Homecoming, a lot of people's major complaint was that we never really got an origin story for Spider-Man. And
Yeah.
now when you look back at the three movies, you know what I mean? The three movies were his origin story. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everything that happened before the end of this movie was how we got the Spider-Man that we came to, that everybody's used to, you know what I mean? That everybody
Mm.
knows and love, because
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the movie, he got down to exactly what it was that we were kind of waiting to see from Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's in the city by himself. You know what I mean? He's fresh out of high school. He needs to figure out a way how to get his money. He has nobody. Oh, he has a little apartment, and he's like New York. He's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's not
Yeah.
giant Avenger world-saving Spider-Man, which I think is really cool how
He's
they
a
did that.
friendly neighborhood. Yeah. We had a lot of hints as well as Miles Morales. Like in Homecoming, we we saw something with his uncle. When he was he webbed him on top, like webbed his hand on the car, and the uncle said, "I have a nephew here," and I don't think we got anything hints for Far From Home, but we also got a hint here in No Way Home when Jamie Foxx said to Andrew, "I thought you would be a black Spider-Man."
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a Miles Morales introduction as well soon.
Well, and you remember Tom Holland was talking a lot about Miles, so maybe that is something that comes up in maybe one of the future movies. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
introduces Miles Morales to the MCU, and Miles Morales becomes the next Spider-Man, which I think would be amazing.
Yeah, I think we're definitely getting because in an interview, Tom Holland said that he told the directors and producers that he would love to have Harry return as like his best friend, and that his actual real life best friend does an awesome Harry, like, and then they like maybe they'll bring him to for that his actual best friend in and have him do like a rehearsal, see how well he does, and maybe he might become Harry Osborn.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in the movie. I love how the like at the ending of um the ending of the movie, where he was like in his new suit. He had the police radio. He went out the window and was like webbing around the city. It reminded me a lot of the Spider-Man game. Like you remember in the beginning of the game, he was in a crappy apartment. He had his police radio. He
Yeah.
went out the window. He was webbing around the city. Like maybe we get new introductions of characters from the game as well that we haven't seen. Like maybe we get Yuri,
Well,
the
we had
cop.
Feast. Remember, his
Yeah,
Aunt May
Feast
was
was
working
there.
at Feast,
Yeah, Feast.
so maybe we get Negative Man as the next bad guy.
Yeah. What's his name? Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's so many introductions of characters we haven't got yet. I think we're not gonna get. We're done with like. I mean, Vulture can return, but like we're not. They did Electro. They did, Lizard. They did, Sandman. I think we're gonna get Venom. We can get Venom. We can get Mr. Negative. We can get Rhino. We can get
Scorpion was teased in the
Scorpion.
first one.
Yeah, we can get maybe remember it's a different universe. So in this universe, is it like that? Like in this universe, Doctor Octavius can still be there, just not have done the arms yet. Norman Osborn can still be there, just didn't take the green goo. Like, can it be like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
So maybe they return as characters, because we never got all like in this MCU universe of a Norman Osborn, and if they're bringing out Harry Osborn, we might have a
Yo, Jay,
return of
hold on.
Norman. What's up? Everything
You
good?
you're cutting in and out to me.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Everything good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying like if they introduce Harry Osborn, we obviously gonna have to get a Norman Osborn introduction as well, so they can bring a Norman Osborn return. People were saying maybe even Gwen Stacy returns because we had Liz Allen in Homecoming, we had MJ Far From Home and No Way Home. We can get a Gwen Stacy. Um, we can get Flash Thompson. They're saying that he can, like, even though he doesn't know Peter and he doesn't know Peter is Spider Man and all that, he can get. They're saying that he can get kicked out of Midtown High or drop out of mid MIT. Yeah, MIT, and then like end up in the same school as Peter. Like, who knows? Who knows what they can go? They can go so many routes with this story now.
Yeah, and maybe we can get Felicia Hardy too. You know what I mean?
Oh, Black Cat, that would be fire.
Yeah. So
That'd be
this
fire.
thing could go. It's safe to say that what they could do with pretty much whatever they want to do with Spider-Man now. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. I would I would love like again, I would love an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 3 because the Amazing Spider-Man 3 just because when we last saw him in 2, he was about to fight Rhino. So I think they should make it where in Spider-Man 3 he's fight like that story is based on the Rhino story, fighting Rhino like and then at the end of that that's when we see him like getting teleported into like the Spider-Man universe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well,
The MCU
yeah, it
universe.
does. The only thing I think that only reason why I don't think that they'll do that is because I have a feeling that the that you could tell that there's some time that has passed between the movies. So I don't think that they'll start off right at the end of Spider-Man 3. I think that if we get an Amazing Spider-Man 3, we'll get an older Andrew Garfield. You know what I mean? Maybe
Gotcha.
dealing with some of the stuff that the other guys have dealt with.
Yeah. Do you think they should make a Spider-Man 4 with Toby?
No, I think Toby's time is done. I think I would leave Toby where he's at.
Yeah,
We
I think
gotta we gotta
he ended well. He ended like how it looks like he's already like living his life. Like he's ready,
yeah.
probably married, he's probably ready like a family guy. Like I don't think he needs to be any changes to him. He's ready older. He's the founding father. He's the founding father
Yeah.
for the MCU. That's how I view it. Or that founding father for Spider Man.
And I totally agree with that. I think his arc is completely done. I
Yeah,
think Andrew Garfield has a little bit more left to give us. We can give
and
a little more for
and
Andrew
he is
Garfield
younger.
and Tom Holland too. Yeah, Andrew Garfield. It's crazy. I think he's not that much younger. He's only 8 years younger. Tobey Maguire looked up the other day. He's 47, and Andrew Garfield I think is 38 or 39. So
Okay, so but I mean like yeah, he's almost 50. I think Robert Downey Jr. went to what?
50 something too. I
Yeah,
think he would.
50 something. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like just leave Toby alone, give Andrew one more movie, and then just continue with Tom Holland. Tom Holland's in his 20s. He's young. He can do 3 more movies with no issues. And we're getting 3 more movies with Spider-Man, so that's pretty cool. He signed another contract for 3 more movies. So we're gonna have
Oh,
this
I
is gonna
didn't know that.
be we're gonna have 6 Tom Holland movies. We're getting 3 more
Solo
Spider-Man
movies,
movies.
not including anything that he's doing with uh any of the like any
Uh,
Avengers thing or anything like that.
but I think they're just gonna do solo movies because again, he's not part of the Avengers technically no more.
Yeah, I mean, well, they still might call him on. Still might call on him, right? He's still Spider
It's
Man, so
possible. It's possible. Maybe he gets Miss Marvel. Maybe he does something with Miss Marvel. I know there's a lot of comics with him and Miss Marvel. I know we're gonna get Daredevil for sure because they
hmm
won't use him. They could have used any lawyer if they weren't trying to hint at something with Daredevil being with Spider Man. Then like they could have used any lawyer. Like they didn't have to pick Daredevil for that. So I think we're definitely gonna get a movie with Daredevil. I think we're gonna definitely get a movie with Venom. So I think we're gonna get a lot coming movies we're gonna see. But anything more you want to add for the Spider-Man No Way Home? Anything?
No, I was gonna say that speaking of upcoming movies, we the second post credit scene was a Doctor Strange trailer, which Marvel just released this week. I know you saw it the first time at the movie theater, and I got to see
Yeah,
it again this week when they released it on YouTube and stuff.
yeah,
What did you think of the trailer? What is that? What is that
bro.
trailer? What kind of
The
first did you get
trailer.
from the first trailer?
Oh, the trailer was awesome. I loved like I love the fact that there's a consequence for Doctor Strange for casting that spell after Wong told him not to. Like it wasn't just like, oh, there was no consequences. Like there's you saw that it's gonna cause something. It's gonna. I think he's gonna. I don't know.
Well,
I think
and it might not only be that too, because remember all the other stuff that happened with the multiverse. We had Loki messing up the multiverse, right? They killed
exactly.
Kang the Conqueror. They killed a Kang variant. We had WandaVision, Wanda turning into the Scarlet Witch messed up the multiverse too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Her using her powers. So we have so much stuff going on, you know what I mean? And it looks like everything that happened, Doctor Strange has to take care of and fix.
Do you think Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness is gonna have Loki in it? We know it's gonna have Wanda in it, but you think Loki returns in that one as well to help?
It might, and maybe we get a little teaser for season two of Loki.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Coming back on it, I think you're thinking on it. I don't think so, because the way Loki season one ended, he ended with him being in the time clock place and Kang's face being plastered everywhere. I think Loki season two will start off right there. It makes no sense for them to bring back Loki, but I
Gotcha.
mean, unless maybe they bring back a variant, then we can see that.
Yeah.
Because obviously we got the biggest callback to What If in the trailer when we saw Strange Supreme pop out, right?
Yep. Yep.
So that
And
was
then we
pretty
saw that,
insane.
and we saw him in this trailer, evil Doctor Strange, bro. He looks
Yeah, Strange
sick.
Supreme,
He looks
he does.
sick, bro. I'm so excited for that.
You know what I was gonna say? If he really is Strange Supreme, though, what happened to that universe that he was watching? That the Watcher had him watching over, where Killmonger was fighting
Vul- uh,
the
Vulture.
Zoloft,
Yeah.
Zoloft Ultron. Yeah,
Yeah.
fighting over the stones, right?
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
I wonder
I don't
that
know.
I wonder if that makes a comeback too. But
Yeah. We'll see.
that trailer was pretty insane. I thought that they were going to I know there were rumors saying that the Scarlet that Wanda was gonna be the main bad guy, but it looks like he's asking her for help. So
Yeah.
maybe all the rumors we've been hearing about the movie are gonna be completely false, which that happens sometimes too. But
Yeah.
with the overall, what else did you think about the trailer?
The I thought the trailer was like again it was a teaser trailer, so there's not very much to go off of. But again, I love seeing Doctor Strange evil. I love the fact that they're bringing out WandaVision into it. Wanda, I keep saying WandaVision, Wanda into it. Because we saw, like you said, what she did in WandaVision, everything that happened. I'm curious to see if we're gonna get a return, a return of like any other, because again they're working with the multiverse. Like, are we gonna get a return of different Avengers that has disappeared? Like, are they gonna run into, I don't know, Wanda runs into Tony Stark as in a different universe or something? So like they're working with the
That would be
multiverse.
insane.
It's a possibility like of these returns of these different heroes. Um, so I don't know. I don't know where they can go pretty much anywhere with it. I'm just looking forward to the movie, honestly. Like I don't have any theories for it yet. I'm just curious to see where they go with it. Like, because again, they're dealing with the multiverse, so anything can happen. Wanda can fight her evil self, and Doctor Strange can fight his evil self. Like, that'll be sick.
No, that's true. And maybe the evil cells could team up. You know what I mean? Who knows? But you're
Exactly.
absolutely like there's
Yeah.
so many places that it could go. You know what I mean? It's really hard to to guess just based off of the first trailer.
Yeah.
Um, but the first trailer gave us that one scene I know is pretty insane, and I'm hoping that once we get a full trailer, we get to we will have a little bit more information. The movie comes out in May. We know Marvel likes to take their time giving us full stuff, so we're just gonna have to wait at this point and kind of see what happens.
Yep. Yep. We're probably gonna get a trailer, and what do we have coming up? another trailer of something. We'll probably get it after a couple of these movies come out. Like all
Yeah.
I'm saying is 2022 is gonna be our year in the comic book universe. We have
This
almost
is
every month we have a different comic book movie coming out. So and we're definitely, bro, I'm gonna be dropping P's. That's all I'm saying, and renting private theaters. Private theaters, I'm gonna be dropping P's.
I'll be there with you. I'll be there
Yeah,
with you.
bro. Like,
We gotta look into getting the Doctor Strange one sooner rather than later, so we don't have to wait too long to
yeah,
watch the
the
movie.
Batman one is the next one that I if I have to put on a credit card or whatever, I'm doing it. I'm getting an opening night theater if I have to for the Batman movie.
The Batman
So
one is gonna be insane.
that I am definitely gonna try to do. Um, but anything else you want to add to the Doctor Strange trailer or anything like that?
No, no. How about you?
No, no. I think we should get into Hawkeye. We had our season finale of Hawkeye. Egg,
We
were
saw
you able
Kingpin
to?
come back.
Yeah,
We
you were.
saw Yelena come back.
Yeah, I loved this episode of Hawkeye. This episode of Hawkeye was really good. I loved. So I told you the mom was evil. That was one thing I predicted. I have a
But it seemed
feeling.
like she had no choice. You know what I mean? Because remember she said, "Your father left us with a kind of it was like a ton of debt." So
Yeah.
I
So
kind of had no,
you think she killed the father then at that point to repay the debt?
no, no. I don't get that impression. I
Mm,
don't get that impression.
okay.
Um, just when she was talking about it. You know what I mean? And they didn't bring it up. I feel like if she did, they would have brought up. They would have said something. But I don't think she killed the dad. I think that he really died when the whole battle was going on, and she was in a situation where they were kind of where Kingpin probably came up to her and was like, "Yo, um, this man left a bunch of debt. Either you find a way to pay me back, or everything that you know and love is going to be destroyed." And so she had to do what she had to do. So
Yeah.
I think it's funny, man, that after us getting 5 episodes of us kind of disliking Jack, he was funny and charming
I
and
like Jack actually in this last
everything great.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody did because I enjoyed him too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
Do
was
you think
funny.
he's gonna be
He was like,
bad though? I don't see him being bad. That's the thing.
well, in the comics, I think he was. I think he kind of played a little bit of both parts. You know, he was
He's
kind
an
of like
anti-villain.
I guess you know what I mean. I don't think he's bad. I just think that he does whatever kind of suits him. Suits him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
maybe we do get him back, and he plays a minor part in other things, man. But I thought he was
Yeah.
funny. I thought he was great. Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I thought Yelena was. I thought the whole thing with Yelena was cool. I like how they resolved that, and
Yeah. Yeah.
how they kind of talked her out of killing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That it was like, look, your sister sacrifice. You knew like she was stubborn more than anyone in the planet. Like I tried to sacrifice myself, blah blah blah, but she beat me. She was always better than me.
Yeah,
And
she was
then
always the best,
yeah,
and you could tell. And he was like, and you know that, you know, she was like, and
yeah,
Yelena was kind of, oh, what if I was? And he was like, you would have lost too. Like, you know,
yeah,
like stop playing on her. Like, you know who Natasha was. She was the best. Like there was no beating her, and especially when she made a decision, that was it. She was gonna get that no matter what. So
yeah. I, all in all, I love the development of Kate Bishop. I think the fighting scene with her and Hawkeye when they're just shooting arrows and all those guys are coming out,
yeah,
bro. The track suits and everything reminded me again of the Spider-Man game when you were fighting the tracksuit kingpin mobs and stuff at like Fist Tower and different things. And then when they were all coming out, and I was like, bro, this is so sick. Like the fighting scenes, them using trick arrows, all of it. I'm like, this is sick. We got to see Echo finally getting realizing like who did who did what to her father, that Kingpin actually killed her father. And
yeah.
Kingpin was a beast, bro. He was throwing everyone around. Like I
Oh, he got
loved it.
shot in the chest with an arrow. He took the hit and he just kept going. I was like, yo, this guy is insane.
Yeah. Kingpin was amazing, bro. Like I
He
was.
got hit by a car. He got blown up. He didn't, and nothing killed him.
Do you think he's dead?
And if I didn't, I read somewhere that with Kingpin that there was in the comic with Maya. Maya actually, and it happens in the comic too, where she shoots him, and the only thing that happens to him is he goes blind temporarily. and then he finally gets his vision back and kind of continues on his rampage. So I feel like Marvel didn't just bring him back to die after
Yeah.
after one or two episodes of Hawkeye. He was a big part of the Daredevil show.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe it'll follow the comic book storyline. Maybe he kind of comes back in the Echo show. You know what I mean?
I would love
And
him to
then
come.
maybe we get a season 4 of Daredevil with his
Yeah.
sight restored or whatever.
I would love for him to come into the Spider-Man universe though. Like him, like Spider-Man fighting Kingpin. That was always an awesome thing for me. Like I really enjoyed it. Like how he was a big mob boss and like Spider-Man is trying to take him down and stuff. And I think that's where Yui can come into play. Um, Mr.
We might
Negative
get
King.
that too.
Yeah, I don't know. They can again. They did so well. Oh, I think we lost Egg video completely and everything. I don't know if he's still here, but they can
I'm
go.
here. I don't know what happened. Let me see if I can.
You good, bro? You
Can you
good,
still
bro?
hear me?
Yeah, yeah. We still hear you. We still hear you. I love the fact that we can.
Oh,
They can go anywhere with anything with the whole movies, TV shows, everything. They can just go. They can just take it anywhere. Like there's so much opportunity there that they opened up for the MCU universe, and MCU has been doing it right. MCU is still doing it right. So if they can continue that, I think they're gonna be good. DC, you hurt me. You hurt me every day. You have
we gotta get
so
more
much
camp.
potential. They have so much potential. They just rush things.
Hey,
That's
can
their
you see
issue.
me?
Yeah, we see you. We see you.
Okay.
That's their issue. Honestly, DC's issue is they rush things. They rush movies. They rush getting the Justice League. They just rushed everything. I think they should just scratch the whole project, scratch everything, and just pretty much just start over. Like with Robin Pattinson as Batman. Let's see him get in. Keep Henry Cavill as Superman, and just make like the whole Justice League never happened. Just start from the beginning.
No, I mean, I think that they just got to improve on what they have right now. You know what I mean? They're doing certain things that look really good. Obviously, the whole Batman thing looks really good. Um, Aquaman, maybe Wonder Woman 3 is better than Wonder Woman 2. So they have certain good things. Black Adam looks amazing. Shazam
Black
is
Adam looks
fantastic.
amazing. Shazam,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, which
was
we're getting a
awesome.
Black Adam. I think we're getting Black Adam and Shazam too this year, and Batman. So,
Shazam 2 is 2023.
okay, all
Black
right.
Adam we're getting
So we get
2022.
yeah. So we're getting two of the movies. So DC has a really good opportunity to improve themselves. Obviously, you know they can make good movies because they have made good movies, and the animated movies are fire. It's just they need to stop trying to be Marvel and be DC.
Yeah. But again, we're getting also in 2022 the Flash movie, and that's looks like it's going to create a Flashpoint scenario. So, we can definitely get some changes with that. Like after that movie, like we got to get Batman, we're going to get Flash the movie, we're going to get Aquaman this year, we're getting Super Pets. We're getting what else are we getting for DC Universe? I feel like Black Adam we're getting let's see, a DC movies coming 2022. I'm pretty sure we're getting something else. I just can't remember for some reason. Gosh. We're getting the Batman, DC Super Pets, Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman 2. Oh, and that's it. Interesting. So that's all we're getting in DC Universe as of now. Marvel Universe is looking good. We're getting Thor: Love and Thunder, Morbius. Um, what else are we getting?
Black Panther, Doctor
We're
Strange,
getting Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the Guardians of the
what is
Galaxy,
it, Part Two,
She-Hulk,
Episode One, or something like
Miss
that?
Marvel. Uh, we're getting a lot of TV series though, and movies. So a combination of both. So I have a friend that works for Disney, and a little hint for those Disney employees that he already seen She-Hulk, the first 3 episodes of She-Hulk. And he said
Oh,
the first
really?
3 episodes are awesome. You get to see Bruce Banner in it. Like, he was telling me, like, She-Hulk was good. And then there was something else he's
Insider
seen, but
scoop.
he didn't tell me that one. And I think it's gonna be like Moon Knight or something, probably, or Miss
Maybe they
Marvel.
had him sign an NDA. So,
They did.
oh,
They had to
they
sign.
did.
Yeah, they had to sign an NDA. But
That's crazy.
he didn't like send me any videos or anything. He just told me. That's it. But
So
I
no,
was like,
no, we'll protect your identity here. No names given.
yeah, no name drop, no name drops. But I don't know if he watches the podcast or not. But no names drops. But anything to add to Hawkeye,
It's not he. Maybe
the podcast?
Disney's watching the podcast.
Yeah. Anything more you want to add to Hawkeye?
Um,
All in all, what do you
you
give
think
this show? Sorry,
I give it an 8?
I agree. I agree with that. I think it was an 8. I think it was so far the best, other than What If, the best Marvel show.
Yeah, What If was fire. Though,
Yeah.
I think What If had a couple slow episodes.
Yeah.
This didn't really have slow episodes, but I feel so. Here's what I think. I think What If had a couple of slow episodes. This did not have slow episodes, but What If fire episodes were better than Hawkeye's fire episodes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, they can, again, animated things can get away with a lot more than, like, sadly, quote unquote, real life things. Like, they can get a lot of more because most of it is all animated. So they can do a lot more. Their characters can do a lot of more. Like, it's just, they can just get a lot away with a lot more things adding into this any series or anything like that. Um,
Yeah.
but all in all, Hawkeye 8 out of 10. We saw them burn the Ronin suit. I think Ronin thing is completely over. I think we're gonna see. We saw Kate Bishop and Hawkeye in new suits. I think we're gonna get a season 2 of Hawkeye. Um, we already saw Kate Bishop trying to think of names for herself, what she's gonna go as, and I think that little bullseye target was a little hint at something.
Well, he kind of said at the end, he was like, "Oh, what? I have a name for you. Why don't you just use?" And then it kind of cut out. So maybe she might go by Hawkeye.
Yeah, I thought she does take the mantle of Hawkeye from,
I think so too in the comics, but
yeah,
who
in the
knows with the
comics.
MCU because if Clint Barton isn't done, which he might be done, he might just be going into retirement after this. If he isn't done, then maybe he'll be Hawkeye and she'll be something else. But
Yeah,
if he is done, then she'll just be Hawkeye. So
yeah. I think they can. I think again, she's young herself as well, so they can definitely continue using her for future things. So I think that's
yeah,
what
and
they're
it looks like Marvel's using that. Marvel, I'm sorry to cut you off, but it looks like Marvel is going like aiming at a more young
someone
actors, so they can have them play extended
longer
amount of
roles.
projects.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we're getting in the Wakanda trailer. I don't know if you looked at the cast, but we're getting the Ironheart introduction in that. So that's something definitely we're gonna see. I think like this they just have they picked good characters for the future phases to continue them for longer
Hmm.
periods. Like pretty much that universe of the original starting heroes, the founding founders of heroes is starting a new generation pretty much of heroes. And that's what they're pretty
Yeah.
much Marvel's hinting at. So it's pretty cool. Um but speaking about young
Hmm.
generation of heroes,
Sire's Corner.
we're getting into Young Justice season 4
It's Jay,
episode.
right?
Yeah. That's my sign name.
My boy
Uh,
Jay. Corner. There's corner. There's a corner.
we're getting Young Justice season 4 episode. Which episode are we on? I think it's 13, 14.
Yeah, aren't they supposed to drop
Um,
the rest of the episodes?
I don't know. Like they were supposed to, but they didn't. So I think they're just gonna drop them again because again they've been doing so well. Drop them one at a time. So episode 12 we're on. So episode 12, we got this pretty much the main focus of episode 12 was the story of Zatanna's father. I can never pronounce his name. Zat Zay Zay. I can never pronounce it. So Zatanna's father, but that's what we're gonna call him, and his story of growing up, raising Zatanna, and being with his wife. He was on. He was a performance magician at the start using real magic, and he was a performing actor, and the original Doctor Fate, not Nabu. What's his name? Oh man! So the original Doctor Fate that took on the mantle of Nabu, saw him and realized that he was actually more than just a performer. He had full potential of magic. So Doctor Fate met him. He introduced him to his family. Dr. Fate was watching over his family while he was going and taking care of other things, performances, helping people. He wanted to do more. He became a vigilante magician, I guess you can say, and he was taking down bad guys. Dr. Fate was protecting his family, but since he was away for so long, his wife ended up having cancer, and then he lost his wife to cancer. So he was a single father raising Zatanna, and Zatanna was also going on performances with him, helping him out, and that's what she was getting her practice and practicing as well. We saw Dr. Fate and Zatanna's father in the helmet talking, Nabu and him talking, and he was saying
That's pretty cool.
he was saying to him, I gave you so many years of my life away from my daughter. I was already away from my daughter before then. Like, the only thing I ask of you, since my body is dying, so he is dying, and you're gonna need a new person to take over the mantle. The only thing I ask of you is help my daughter and tell her that I love her. And then that's where he was like, and then he agreed. Nabu agreed with it. So Dr. Fate and Zatanna are actually teaming up with Zatanna's young apprentices as well, helping them. So it's pretty much the young apprentices is one's powers. I can't remember her name. One of her powers is she's unlucky. So when she does her power, like everything chaotic happens. So she's learning how to control that. One is Shazam's has the power Shazam as well, and like she's more the mystic part than anything. So she does it. Shazam has all the powers in him. She can just call upon one power at a time, if that makes sense. So like she can say like, I want the power of the strength of Zeus or the speed of Mercury, or like
Interesting.
how Shazam can use them all at once. She can only
Mm-hmm.
use one at a time. So she and then the other one was, he was a doctor. I can't remember his name neither. He was a doctor, and he has the power of healing people and also like fixing things, which is pretty cool. So like the unlucky person and him like kind of work out kind of well. So
Excuse me.
it's pretty cool. The story's getting there. I think we're gonna again. I think what I said before. Every
Nothing on Connor.
Nothing on Connor yet. We saw Beast Boy in this episode. He was working at his job. He's an actor, and he couldn't do his role right, and they pretty much like said, "Why don't you just take a break? I know you lost someone. Why don't you take a break from the show?" So I think they're leading up to where he's no longer gonna be part of the show or having his acting job. Like he's just dealing, like life right now sucks for him. Like he's just in a depression right now. And nothing on McGann, nothing on Nightwing, nothing on Aqualad. I think we're getting into where, like I said before, every couple episodes is focused on one character, which is gonna lead up into like a bigger episode, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It looks like they're kind of setting things up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like building the tension, building the characters, so that when they start getting to like their final end game of the season, you're emotionally invested in all these characters. I still have yet to watch it, but this show to me sounds like it just keeps getting better and better every week.
I really enjoy the show. Season 4, not gonna lie, it's been slow. Like, you don't know what's the storyline getting into. Like, you still don't know like who's the villain, like what are they trying to lead it up to. It is a lot focused on not Doctor Fate, um Vandal Savage. So I don't
Hmm.
know if they're gonna make him the villain, and because he's been in all seasons of Young Justice, so I don't know if he's gonna be the final villain in this season. But I think the final season is gonna be something with Darkseid because they keep hinting stuff with Darkseid. So Dark,
Cool.
so we might get a little bit of Darkseid in there. But Darkseid is, again, he's anti-life, and then Vandal Savage is he can't die. So right now they made a treaty like you can try to do your anti-life project, and I'm gonna try to do my everyone, like keep everyone alive. And like right now they're like in an agreement, but also battling themselves, which is pretty cool. Um,
That's kind of intense.
yeah, but all in all, this episode was more of a story filler episode explaining all of them has been like just been like stories. Like everyone's telling their own story of before it leads up. Like I think next one's gonna be probably like Rocket or Aqualad or Nightwing. Like we have three more characters of their own story, and I think it's 20. I think this season is 26 or 28 episodes in the season. So what I'm
Wow, what
doing,
halfway through?
yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end up doing again is from when season 4 ends, I finish season 4. I'm starting season 1 again, watching season 1 all over, watching season 2 all over, watching season 3 all over, and then watching season 4 all over.
Maybe I'll join you on this next watch through,
All right,
and then
all right,
hopefully I can catch up with you, and you're not
all right.
watching 10 episodes a day like you did the other day.
I might though. I might, because I
That
love
was
that show.
insane.
I love that show. Um, but all in all, I give the episode an I give it a 7. A 7. It was alright. It was just a filler. I would say it was just a good. You know what? I give it a 7.5, 8. Reason why I give it a 7.5, 8 is because I did wanted to know more about Zatanna and her father's story, and I got it. So it was pretty cool.
I was gonna say we've been spoiled as comic fans this week. And
Yeah,
this week coming out now, one of the things I've been most excited about this year is we get the book of Boba Fett. So that's gonna be something that we're talking about. We're talking about a lot in the podcast. Obviously, I'm a Star Wars fan. Jay's a Star Wars fan. We had the whole episode a few months ago where me and Jay start off with the lightsabers. You know what I mean? That we got from Disney's Galaxy's Edge. So um, I'm looking forward to it a lot. I know Jay is.
in the
Um,
beginning of in January they have a lot of openings for Savi. Like I was looking.
we gotta look into that, man.
I
This
really
whole
want to
thing
build my
with
own
the
lightsaber. So
it's such a dope experience, bro. You're gonna
yeah,
love it,
I just
man.
want to do the experience. Like I don't really like. I'm gonna keep the lightsaber, of course, but I gotta hang. I gotta find a spot for the other one. I have the other one just in my closet.
I
I
gotta
gotta.
hang mine going too. I think I have mine
Uh,
sitting in the box. In the box, I mean, the box is displayed, but the lightsaber is nicer. It it this whole Omicron thing, man, is putting a damper on certain things. So
yeah,
hopefully things start leveling out and we can get back to doing certain things. I do want
yeah.
to do something that
Just
I
everyone
have
just
yet
has
to
to be
do during
safe, bro. Everyone be
Horizon
safe.
Racing season.
Try your
Yeah,
best to
viewers are
wear your
watching. Just
mask.
be
Like
safe.
even though you're vaccinated, think of others. Try your best to wear your mask.
Wash your
Um,
hands constantly.
Wash your hands constantly. Like think about it. NFL and NBA players, they're healthy guys, and they're catching it as well. So keep that in mind. Like anyone can get it. So just be safe. Wash your hands constantly. Try your best to wear your mask, and just think of others. Think of others.
Social
That's all.
distance, all
Social
that jazz.
distance.
So
Like if you feel anything, just think of others. That's all. That's all it boils down to. Take a
yeah,
second and think like, how is this gonna affect if I hang out with this person? Blah 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 blah. So, everyone be safe. Me and Egg are doing our social
of course.
distance episodes, and
Yeah,
we'll be in the studio together soon, sooner than later for
soon.
sure.
We're
So,
talking about
but
some changes we're making too. So Don't be
Yeah,
surprised if you guys see some stuff change.
you'll
But
definitely yeah. But
we're here, man, and we're here
we're
for the
here.
long
We're
haul.
bringing you guys your comic book universe needs. If you're into wanting to know more about comic books and stuff, we're not sponsored, but and you can't afford any comic books, a good channel to check out is Comic Storian. I check them out. I love the channel. They do comic book storylines from beginning to end, full stories. If you want to know more about different stories that you haven't been able to read, they add dramatic feelings to the movie, the story, and they add sound effects to make the story to come alive. It's like a little comic book podcast, you can say, where they're reading the story to you if you can't afford the books or anything. So check them out. But me and
Yeah.
E are signing off for the rest of the day of today's podcast. We will be bringing you an episode every Sunday at 6 p.m. EST. That is 3 p.m. PDT. Right? Pacific time is 3 hours behind us, right?
Yeah, correct,
Yeah.
correct. So,
Yeah. Big brain just now.
guys, yeah. So, guys, we'll see you guys next week. Same channel, same place. We might be close to this one, we might not. Who knows? Stay safe out there.
Yep.
Keep yourselves, keep your family safe. And Jamie, we're signing out, man. Take it easy,
Catch you
everybody.
guys later. Bye.